Hello. I almost forgot to get on. I was sitting here. When you hop on, say hi. Okay, I'm going to get started. It's 8 o'clock. I'm going to flip my camera down and get started. And I seem like I'm a little crooked. There we go. Sorry about the light there. I moved things around. This is the stamp set we are using tonight. Hi, Rosie. Welcome. Shepherd's Care. And this is the first card we are making. Hi, Renee. Welcome. Okay. This one was up 4 1/4 by 11. Scored at 5 1/2. Okay. You need a piece. This is from the Country Woods DSP. And this is 4 by 5 1/4. That's going to go on the front. And then this is just a piece of crumb cake. And all I did was took my scissors and made that mountain look there. So what I'm going to do is just go here. Simple as that. Okay. And then the star, which is in, there's no dies to this. Hi, Shirley. There's no dies to this stamp set. So everything I did was fussy cut. I wanted the star and I wanted a white one. So what I did was I stamped it in soft C, Secret C, I think it was. And then I just cut it out. So I have it here. And then I did him and I cut him out, and I'm going to take Misty Moonlight and do his, headdress. Okay, I'm using the light Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to just take and I'm going to color his. You'll hear my granddaughter, great-granddaughter, and their puppy coming through in a minute or so. She took them out for the evening. What's nice about this stamp set, the image, the shadowing is already there. And then I took my Daffodil Delight and I just did his ring up here. And he's going to go there. I got Peace on Earth, so let me get that out. And we're going to stamp that. There goes the dog. There goes my granddaughter. Hi, Anna. Welcome. Okay. he goes upstairs.
Sorry.
That's all right. No problem. I need Misty Moonlight. And I'm going to stamp Peace on Earth. My oldest great-granddaughter is deaf. If you heard that noise in the background, that's her way of talking to us. She had the cat, and he was in my window, and she was having a fit. Okay, let me bring this piece in. And we're going to stamp that there. And then we're going to glue it all together. Get my liquid glue here. That's going to go right down to the bottom and to the edges. Okay. Then I need dimensionals. I have 4 other ones to show you that I made with this stamp set when it first came out. This was a carryover. And I gathered up the ones that I did so you could see what I did. I feel a sneeze coming on. Excuse me. Hi, Sue. Welcome. Thanks for your order, Sue. And he's going to go down here. I put Peace on Earth a little lower than this one, so we have to adjust. This one here, before I put that on, I'm going to put a mini glue dot in the middle. And then that's going to go up here. Then I brought Rinka Stella. And I'm just going to go over the star. And I probably won't be able to see this in the camera. Wait till it focus. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see that in there, but it's shiny. And then I'm going to glue this down. And I see this isn't folded right, so I'll fix that. That'll bug me. Very good. Okay. So then on the inside, you open this up. Now I stamped that in black. I am going to use Misty Moonlight. And I need praying. That you will feel Good Shepherd's care in this season and throughout the coming year. Okay. And I brought my paper here to make sure it's straight. It looks pretty good. That's just going to go in the middle. Okay. And the village. Okay. And look, I got some ink there. And then I'm going to bring in the star. And we're going to do, I think I did, that's pumpkin pie. I think I did lemon lolly, but I'm going to do daffodil delight. Stamp that right there. Okay. That is card number 1. Okay. The only difference is this is that, oh, I didn't stamp the, let me get the village again. And Misty Moonlight. And we'll stamp that right about there. Okay. Okay. Card number 1. Card number 2 is a fun fold. It's this one here. My nose is going to run now because I sneezed. Sorry about that. And you open it up and it's like that. Okay. You'll need a piece. I'm using Secret C. 5.5 by 4.25 for your base. You'll need a piece of basic white. And you know what? I don't think you do. There's one under there. We'll put it on. 5.25 by 4. We can lay that down. So 5.25 by, 5.5 by 4.25 is your base. And then the top piece is 5.25 by 4. And then you need 2 pieces of DSP, and I'm using our In Color pack. The In Color 6x6 Designer Series paper, Secret C. That's the other side, but I want to use this side. And these are 1 inch by 5.25, and they are going to go right along the edges. Okay, so we can put them down a while. Right along the edges. And then this piece. Like so. Okay. Then you need a piece of Secret C. This is 11 by 2.25, and you're scoring that at 5.5. Okay. That's going to lay right in the middle there, and it's going to go from end to end. So we can actually put that on a while. And you want to get it kind of like in the middle so you have the same amount on each side. Looks good. All right. Going to open that up, and that's what's on the inside. So we're going to do that a while. Secret C. Everything's done in Secret C as far as ink goes. And I need to clean this. So now we're going to stamp. Stamp. And then we're going to take the, I bring out Daffodil Delight. We'll stamp the star right there. That I'm going to keep open because I need to stamp. So now this can go on the inside. This is actually a 2 by 5 1/4. And you'll need 2 of those. One for inside and one for the outside. That's going to go like that. And then the outside, we have our shepherd and the lambs. And then this gets Peace on Earth in that just fit. Hi, Gina Marie. That's okay. I'll show you the first. This is the first card here that I did. I'm on the second one. Okay, he's going to get popped up. I don't know what I did with the ones I was cutting. But we'll take these. We'll pop him up. And he's just going to go down here at the bottom. And I'm going to glue him on the front. And then this just gets glued at the top. Like so. And that's card number 2. Okay. Close this up. Oops, hold on. Daffodil. Okay, the next one and the last one for tonight is a 3 by 6 card. And you open it up and it has that in. So it's using Secret C again. Might as well get the ink out. Okay. And it's a 3 by 6. I mean 6 by 6. And you're going to score it at 3. Okay. Now we used to carry envelopes. We used to have envelopes to fit this right here. I made a template, and what I did was I tore an envelope apart and I measured the scoring and everything. But the measurements for the envelope had 7 3/4. That's how wide it was. I didn't like when you closed it, it wasn't much of an overlap here. So I made it to be 8 by 9 1/4. Okay. And you're going to score on the 9 1/4 at 1 inch and 7 3/4. On the 8-inch side, you're going to score it at 3 and 6 1/2. Okay. And then all you got to do is cut your ends off here. Now these are rounded. You wouldn't have to round it. You might have to wedge it a little. But you would fold it like this, and then this gets folded up, and then this comes down. Okay, so in case anybody wants the template, I'm sorry for the squiggling, but I adjusted it after I wrote it up. But it's 8 by 9 1/4 for an envelope for a 3 by 6. Okay. Now we're going to get pecan pie. And we need our shepherd. And we're going to mount him on here. We're going to ink him up. And he is going to, oh, and this is a 2 1/2 by 5 1/4, or by 5 I'm sorry, 2 3/4 by 6. 2 1/2. I'm sorry, it's 2 1/2 by 6. The blue secret C is 2 3/4 by 6. So we're gonna stamp him here. Like so. And then we need Peace on Earth. And we need Secret C. Okay. And we need the Daffodil Delight for the star. Okay. That is the front. And for the inside, okay, that's all in. Let me put this two away. I and that is done with. Okay. So this is again 2 1/2 by 6, 2 3/4 by 6, and that's just going to get laid right in the middle. Yeah, didn't seem right, but the card's 3, so 3 by 6. Okay, and then that's going to go in right in the front. End to end. Okay, so now for the middle, get our little voyage here, and we're going to do 1, and we're going to do 2. Then we need our verbiage, and it's going to go there. Okay, that is card number 3. Very simple, very easy, quick to do. Make wonderful Christmas cards. Now, when it first came out, this is what I did a video on with this. This is the first card. Basically, it's kind of the same as this, but I have more villies going here. And I don't have anything on the inside like I do on here. Okay. So that's that one. And then this one, there's dots that are in the set. And I took Versamark. This dots are right here. I took Versamark, stamped it, and then embossed it in white embossing powder. And I did the star the same way, the embossing powder. So that's heat embossed there. And that's the inside. This one is a book fold. Very plain. And you open it up. And then this one. And this one, these two is using the Country Woods DSP. And I don't have anything on the inside. But that is the cards for tonight. And like I said, it's very quick, very easy. to do. They're not very hard to copy, but that is my video for tonight. So I will be back on Monday. I'm working on some cards for Monday. I do have my scrapbook pages done for the next 3 weeks, I think it is. So I'm already there, so I need to work on. Hi, Rhonda. I got your address. Thank you. I wrote it down so I wouldn't. Thank you. So I wouldn't lose it. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. I want to thank everybody that came tonight. I appreciate every one of you. And I will be back Monday at 8 o'clock with some fun fold cards. I don't know if they'll be all the same. Right now I'm working on one. So I'm going to try to get a couple different ones with different stamp sets. Okay. So, all right, guys. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you back here.